I should probably make this a short, but I'll probably be too long-winded. I don't know, there's not much here. I've already said all this before. Maintaining sovereignty after death is what I guess I'll call this. And the whole sovereignty term has kind of got a odd taste in my mouth from watching the cop shows where they bust these sovereign citizens who show a little card, they don't have a driver's license. They haven't had a driver's license for years. They don't pay taxes, and they live out in the boonies. And, the cop just gets a good laugh and slaps the cuffs on the guy. But maintaining sovereignty after death, it's kind of an interesting topic. Do we just go back to the meat grinder and get popped into another body right away? Or is it our choice, can we be sovereign spirits and demand, turn the tables over and demand that we get treated differently? To me, I think you're treated differently just by the matter of whether you're developed or not. And I've put it in terms of developing higher chakras in an independent consciousness. And that's why I've stressed meditation, experimenting with OBEs, lucid dreaming, etc. Trying to develop some sort of existence beyond your brain, extra brain experience, developing a will. And a lot of people just don't have a will, Johnny Six-Pack comes home and has a six-pack, gets unconscious and goes to bed, goes back to work the next day. And pets, the same thing, Are pets a group soul? A lot of you hear of cats and dogs being part of a group soul, not really having an individual soul themselves. To me, I think it's more than that. I think we're the true parents of our pets, where we help them develop individuality. We help them become something nucleating around their existence. So they become more than just an independent brain. It's the same thing as with humans. You're developing higher up. Another thing I read was where, and this came up in this discussion too. This is what sparked this is Ronnie Pontiac talking on The Unobstructed Way by Ronnie Pontiac on New Thinking Aloud, I believe it is. Anyway, if you want to read that or watch that, I strongly recommend it. I added it to my Great Interviews playlist. And in there, he comes to a point where he talks about people, with less awareness aren't really available right away after they die. And this counters something I heard from a different psychic, they're available right away when they die. I don't think that's true necessarily. Maybe some are. More developed people probably are. But a lot of us aren't that developed. And without a body or without a brain, they just find themselves kind of stunned for a while. There's, just a raw atom out there somewhere. And slowly they, awareness dims on them. They, I think that's what pets are about too. That atom will crave that love. Crave its master. So that gets the whole point of masters too, And I think there's a lot to being a pet owner. There are true children. So they develop a will, stand out of their group soul. And as humans, I think we do the same. If we develop our higher chakras, if we develop our higher facilities, if we are able to exist without our brain to some degree, then we're not just the stunned atom after we die. that slowly gains a little bit of awareness. Sometimes it takes like 2 or 3 months. I've always said this, for someone to really be reachable after they've died. And there's no, set period. It could be longer or shorter, depending on how developed they are. But that kind of flies in the face of what I heard from some other psychic who are saying, oh, yeah, they're available right away. I don't think so necessarily. At any rate, repeating myself. I highlighted 1-20-27. And that's in that Ronnie Pontiac interview on New Thinking Aloud, or whatever it's called. Anyway, it's the last entry on my Great Interviews playlist, if you want to look it up. Maybe I'll put a link in here on the description. So, do you mature out of incarnation? Maybe if you are the stunned atom, without a lot of thought or anything, don't really know what you're doing or what to do, or don't really know anything about anything because you're just out there without your brain and you're kind of stunned. Maybe they do go in the meat grinder, maybe they are recycled right away or very soon. Whereas the more developed, maybe they linger longer, maybe they contact more to their old loved ones and their old pets and etc. That's something to think about. It's something I've gone over before. It's just a new angle on what I've been saying what I've been saying poorly in several videos now.